It's hard to look at someone you once called family, and realize the bond was never real. Those were the quiet yet powerful words that echoed through Mykelti Brown Padron's recent Pop Psych interview. For years, fans of Sister Wives believed the fractures in the Brown family were mostly between Kody and his wives. But now, for the first time, one of the daughters, Mykelti, has opened up, revealing a painful truth about why she no longer speaks to Meri Brown.
Wrong wife's name.
This isn't just another Sister Wives headline. This is a story of emotional distance, silent pain, and the moment when pretending love existed became too heavy to bear. Mykelti didn't hold back. In a calm, reflective tone, she admitted that her relationship with Meri had faded long before anyone noticed. She described years of tension masked by family smiles and public appearances. It wasn't one big fight, she said softly. It was a series of small moments that chipped away at any bond we might have had. She revealed how Meri's treatment toward her and other children often felt cold, distant, and dismissive. While some viewers believed Meri was just misunderstood, Mykelti explained that for those living it day to day, it wasn't easy to excuse. I realized one day that I didn't have to keep forcing a connection that didn't exist. For much of her childhood, Mykelti watched the wives navigate jealousy, affection, and rejection under one roof. Meri, as Kody's first wife, often carried a unique kind of authority, but it wasn't always gentle. Mykelti recalled moments when Meri's words cut deep, sometimes not even directed at her, but at others. She said that the emotional atmosphere in the house was heavy, and silence often felt safer than speaking up. When you're a kid in that environment, Mykelti explained, you learn to read moods, not words. You know when to stay away. Those subtle lessons shaped her entire view of family and emotional boundaries. The turning point, according to Mykelti, came during her teenage years. She began to see her parents and their co-wives not just as adults, but as flawed individuals struggling with pain, ego, and unspoken resentment. She recalled a family moment that changed everything. I remember a day when something was said in front of all of us, something that made me realize I couldn't trust her. Not because she hurt me physically, but because she made me feel small. That quiet breaking point became the emotional wall she never managed to climb over. After Mykelti married Tony and started her own life, distance from Meri only grew. There were no calls, no texts, and no attempts at reconciliation. Fans assumed it was simply a natural family drift. But now we know it was deliberate. I had to choose peace, she said. Peace over pretending. Behind that statement lies the heartbreak of many children who grew up watching their parents' polygamous struggles unfold on national television. While some sought healing, others, like Mykelti, chose to close doors quietly. Though Meri hasn't publicly addressed Mykelti's remarks, her recent posts on social media paint a picture of self-reflection and quiet endurance. She often writes about forgiveness, self-love, and letting go of negativity. But the timing of those posts hasn't gone unnoticed. Many fans believe she's indirectly responding to Mykelti's statements. Still, the emotional gap between them remains unbridgeable. Two women who once shared a family name but now walk separate emotional paths. The Sister Wives community exploded after the interview aired. Some supported Mykelti for finally speaking up, applauding her courage. Others defended Meri, saying the media has portrayed her unfairly for years. Yet, beneath the noise, one truth stands clear. The Brown family's emotional fractures run far deeper than what TLC cameras have ever captured. For every smile we saw on screen, one fan commented, there was probably a story like this hiding underneath. Psychologists have long discussed how emotional neglect can echo across generations. Mykelti's story mirrors what many children of complex family systems experience: love intertwined with control, validation mixed with guilt. She admitted that speaking out wasn't meant to attack anyone, but to heal. "It's not about anger anymore," she explained. "It's about understanding what I needed, and what I didn't get." By choosing to share her truth, she broke a cycle that's been silently repeated within the Brown family for decades. One of the most powerful themes in Mykelti's revelation is boundaries. She made it clear that stepping away from Meri wasn't an act of hate, but of self-preservation. "You can forgive someone," she said, "but that doesn't mean you have to let them back into your life." In those few words lies the wisdom of years, the kind of maturity that often comes after surviving emotional storms. Today, Mykelti focuses on her husband, Tony, and their growing family. She's active on social media, often sharing joyful updates about her children. Her tone feels lighter, freer, as if she's finally living without the emotional shadow of the past. As for Meri, she continues to rebuild her life through her business ventures and motivational content. But even as both women move forward, fans can't help but wonder, will there ever be peace between them? Sometimes, Mykelti concluded, walking away is the most loving thing you can do, for yourself, and for the people who refuse to change. Her story is more than just reality TV drama. It's a human reminder of what happens when love, control, and silence collide inside one family. In a world obsessed with keeping appearances, Mykelti chose honesty. And in doing so, she gave voice to a truth that's been buried under the Brown family's fame for far too long. "I'll never speak to her again, not out of hate, but because I finally understand what peace feels like."